Hi, I'm Brian Madison with DeerHunterFan.com TV. Today's October 13th. I just got done with the morning hunt. It was actually just my second hunt of the season. Been pretty busy and haven't had time to hunt, but that's going to change now. The schedule's freed up and I'm going to be able to spend a lot more time hunting. Start to bring you guys some more footage, hopefully. But this morning I had two doe sneak by the blind. It was raining out. And that's one thing when you're at a blind, it's harder for the deer to see you and it's harder for you to see the deer. You got a lot of blind spots. They snuck by a window, it was quick, two of them walked right by 25 yards edge of the food plot and then cut right in the woods. As I said, that was just my second hunt this season. I tried to do my second hunt of the season last Saturday night up there in the box blind and wound up in hand-to-hand combat with a bunch of wasps and then had to retreat and return with wasp spray. Tried to go deer hunting, now I'm wasp hunting. You dead, fluff butt. Yeah, nice nest. Not no more. Those are cleared out. I won the battle. The box blind has been liberated and it's back open for hunting. On this week's show, we're going to have a quick look back to Kansas with Ben and Shane on their muzzleloader hunt with Ridge Runners Guide Service. It was a hard hunt for them this year. Last year they were both able to take bucks. This year they weren't. They didn't really have a lot of luck, and that's part of hunting. And then we're going to jump back into New York, show you what some of the guys have been seeing. It's been alright so far. Not super slow, not super good. We have been seeing deer though, so that's good. I'm gonna go check some trail cams now, and you can see it's starting to rain again. Decide where I'm gonna hunt tonight.
September 25th. Hunting in Kansas still with Ridge Runners Guide Service. We drove south about an hour and 15 minutes this morning from where we're staying to hunt a different property. I haven't been on this property yet this year. Got some good pictures. We have a really big, tall 8-point on this property that we got pictures of. It's a really nice buck. Overcast this morning, a little foggy. But we're hopeful. We're hopeful of this. Our days are winding down here in Kansas. We've had a lot of action. We just can't get that one buck in front of us that we want. On each property there's plenty of bucks, but they're smart. We'll see what happens here today. This view out of this stand is unbelievable. Beautiful, beautiful property here in Kansas. I want to thank Ridge Runners Guide Service for letting us come down here and hunt with them. They do a great job. They put you in great spots. The stands, all the tree stands are safe. They're nice tree stands that they have. Yeah, check out this view. Well, it's the day everyone's been waiting for. It's October 1st here in New York. Western New York. We already got some deer out in the field next to us here. They're out eating apples along the edge of the field, some doe. We're sitting over the Sinclairville seed food plot that I planted last year, and all I've done this year was mow it during the summer, so the clover really came through on it. So we've been seeing deer in this field just about every evening, scouting, so hopefully a doe will come out and we can put a big doe down. Maybe that big buck will come out, so stay tuned. You're watching DeerHunterFan. Well, it's October 13th here in Western New York. Haven't been out a whole lot, had a lot going on, remodeling my house and been working pretty busy, so all summer, haven't really got a lot of good trail camera pics, so my game plan for early season here was to get out when I had a chance and, you know, put a doe in the freezer. But midday today I checked a couple game cameras, and it looks like I got a couple shooters on camera, so now I'm kind of torn. Do I still shoot a doe? Do I hold out and go for a buck and try not to screw the spot up now that I know there's shooter bucks here? The one shooter buck I actually have good history with. I missed him a couple years ago with a bow actually in this field when I had it as a cornfield. Last year during late muzzleloader season, I saw the buck, but he only had half his rack. I watched him run down the fence row, drop the other half of his rack, actually found both sides of his rack. So I got his sheds, and I was happy about that, hoping he'd make it through the season. And now today I checked my camera, and he's still there. He's still alive. He's just as big, and he dropped a drop tine on each side. So that's like a dream buck for me. So that's my other problem now, is do I shoot a nice mainframe 8, or do I hold out and go for my dream buck with a drop tine buck? So we're just gonna have to sit up here and see what happens, see what comes into the Sinclairville seed food plot. I made a drag all the way out here with antler ice, deer scent. I got a ghost wick hanging out here in front of me with some vanilla doe pea, so we'll sit here till dark, see what comes out, so stay tuned and we'll see what happens. Just got set, it's 4:30, it took me way longer than I thought it would to get in here and get set. The first time using the climber, the field I had across was flooded. Disaster. I picked a tree that I thought was straight, and it's pretty crooked, hard to get set on. But I'm in here. We're set. Up in some acorns, hoping to catch some deer feeding around in here. But the main reason I'm in here is hoping that Jackpot has been coming down through here before he heads out to the field where I got the trail cams up on the hedgerow stand. So we'll see what happens here tonight. It's cool. I think it's gonna be a pretty good night. It might rain. There's a chance of rain about 5 o'clock for a shower, so might get a little wet, but hopefully not too bad. Is, judging by how wet everything else is and how no rain has missed us here, this rain probably won't miss us either. I might shoot a doe if I get the chance to. It's gonna be one of those things, if it feels right, I'll do it. So no long shots though on a doe, not today. It's pretty windy. Settle in here and see what happens tonight. Well, it looks like I got a little bit lucky and we dodged the rainstorm, believe it or not. I'll take it. Got about an hour. I think like an hour and 15 minutes left about. Haven't seen nothing yet. But it feels like a good night. I will be very, very surprised if the evening ends without us seeing deer. So sit tight. I think we're getting close to seeing something here. bust me. I was just got set up. I was just turning around to sit down, and it was right there. The leaves are still kind of wet, ground's still kind of wet. You don't really hear the deer until they're about 30 yards away, so that's where she was. And then as you just saw it, those two young bucks come in, the same young buck from last night, and a different one. That was neat. They messed around down there for about 10 minutes. Looked like a 2-year-old buck and a 1.5-year-old buck. Luckily, the bigger one kind of took it easy on him. Because the younger one was definitely the instigator. And then the cows walked up behind me and spooked them off. The younger buck actually picked me out of the tree when they went on alert. But luckily the older buck didn't see me. So the younger one didn't make a big fuss about it and spook out of here. They just kind of trotted down the hill and then wound up walking away. And it just went out of sight. It's been a good morning. And last night was a pretty good night. You'll see that with JJ right now. Well, it's October 13th. On a different piece of land tonight. I just got able to hunt. Last time I hunted here, I was climbing down just before dark and I happened to see a big buck walk by 20 yards, so sitting right about the same spot. I did a little scouting up here, and he's got at least 5-6 scrapes down the edge of this field here. We're sitting right in between two of them. One's probably 20 yards, the other's about 30 yards away. So we're hoping we got a cold front come through and cooled down in the last 3-4 days, so I'm hoping he comes by and checks these scrapes. It looks like they're all tended up nice on the way in, no leaves or nothing in them, and a couple rubs on the way in I seen that I didn't see last time, so hopefully this deer's up on his feet this afternoon and wants to play. You guys will be right with us if we get him. Well, folks, got a doe. I smoked her, man. About 22 yards, and I drilled her. She took off for I think we're gonna give Garrett a call. See if he wants to come give me a hand. Let's see what he says. You wanna give me a hand a little bit when you get out? Alright, get down towards the road. She's in the field. I smoked her, so I don't think she went far. I seen her lose sight. She ran probably 50, 60 yards when I lost her.
but she was still running the field, so. But, alright, no big hurry. I'm gonna start packing stuff up anyway, so. Alright, see ya. Just let Brian know we got a doe kill on film for this week. No one's killed anything yet this week, so I figure I might as well take a doe out of here. Now it's a good time as ever. Let's go find her.
Well, we've ended up finding her. It's a long track. Ended up guts filling. It's quartering a little too far to me. Guts filled the exit hole so she didn't bleed. Had a search team out here, and 4 of us, we found it. Nice mature doe. So now comes the fun part of gutting it and hanging her up and cutting her up. Thanks for watching.
DeerHunterFan.com TV is sponsored by Antler Ice, DHF Archery Range, Muddy Outdoors, Outback Archery, Ridge Runners Guide Service, Scent Blocker, Schreier Outfitters, Sinclairville Seed Company, and Spy Point.